Let's start the derivation by using a graphical method. So derivation of equation of motion by graphical method. So we have discussed several graphs in this particular unit. One is distance or displacement, that is displacement or distance. Since this is a one-dimensional motion, so distance and displacement both will be same. So distance and the time. This is a plot which is known as XT graph or XT plot. This is so in this plot, that slope of curve gives the velocity or speed. When in the same direction, so the speed and velocity. So the slope of curve, this gives the velocity. So this, if this is the curve, then the slope is represented like this. So this point is, let's say this point is x2 and this point is x1 and this is t2 and this is t1. So the slope is equal to this y by x. So x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1, and this is also represented as theta. So this is known as tan theta. So this is v. So the speed of velocity in one-dimensional motion, it is represented by the slope of this curve. And sometimes this is not uniform motion. Then sometimes this curve may be sometimes this curve like this, I should write here. Sometimes this curve may be, if this is x and this is t, so if this is non-uniform motion, this is uniform motion. The distance traveled is equal in equal time, so this is uniform motion, and this is non-uniform, non-uniform motion. So if this is the curve, then we take that slope in form of tangent at a particular point. So this is that point where we are trying to draw the tangent. So this is that straight line touching a particular point. So here that slope will be like this. So by taking this point at almost the middle of this curve, that tangent line, so this will be now, this is this x1, this is x2, and this is t2, and this is t1, and the formula is there. So the slope is equivalent to x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1, and this is theta. So that tan theta, which is the slope. This is also known as gradient. A term is used in higher physics. So if somewhere it is written as a gradient, then you can use this. Otherwise, just a tan theta, tangent. Okay. Now the second curve. So second curve is VT curve, or plot or graph, whatever given. Velocity or speed with time curve. Then we have, now we will represent this v along y-axis and t along x-axis. And a similar straight line we are getting. So what is the meaning of this curve? What is the meaning of this curve? It is starting from 0. So at t is equivalent to 0, the velocity is 0. means that body is at rest. As time increases, velocity increases. So velocity is increasing. So here the slope of curve, represents acceleration. The slope of curve represents the acceleration. So we can calculate the slope like this in a similar method. So this is now, let's say initial velocity we have taken as u, and that the final velocity after time t, that is taken as v. So this is t2, this is this is t1 and this is t2. We can also start this t1 from here, and then we will take this t1 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is t2 minus t1. So the slope, it is represented as acceleration a, that will be v minus u by t2 minus t1, and obviously this angle will be theta, and one can write this is tan theta. So the slope of this vt curve, this represents acceleration, and one can write this is equal to v minus u is equal to a t2 minus t1, or this is equal to v is equal to u plus a t2 minus t1 if initial time t1 it is equal to 0 and final time t2 it is equal to t, then this implies v is equal to u plus a t. This is first equation of motion, which is first equation of motion. So this curve is this curve may be like this also. So if we have this curve, if this is velocity v and this is time t, and this curve is like this. So varying velocity, this is moving with uniform velocity, not uniform, this is uniform acceleration. So and here that there is some change in the acceleration in between. So the slope we will calculate like this, and by putting the tangent at this particular point with a similar method. So obviously this will be now t1, this is t2, and this is v and this is u, and the similar calculation can be performed. So either curve may be like this, and curve we can take similar to this. And second, the area between curves, I should write total area between curves gives the total distance traveled. So we can calculate the total distance traveled by any body if we have a curve VT plot. So by using this VT plot, if we can measure that area in between curves, then we can calculate total distance. So this is that curve, and we have to calculate the total area. So try to calculate the total area. So just let me give the name 0, this is T2, and 0, here is A, B, C, D, O, and this is. So calculate area. So in spite of initial velocity this 0, I should take initial velocity u at t is equal to 0. So थोड़ा सा ये plot को मैं थोड़ा change करूँगा हल्का सा. This time changing the plot. Okay, time t is equal to 0. at initial velocity I should take u. So just to start from here, because at time t is equivalent to 0, that initial velocity is u. So this is A, B, C, that is all. So the area of O, C, B, A, whatever that name you can give. This is A, B, C. Area of O, C, B, A, D. What is this curve? This particular shape is known. इसको क्या बोलते हैं ये shape को इसको?
Trapezium.
Trapezium. So just you can calculate the area. So that is equal to area of triangle is ABD plus area of rectangle OCBD. So this is equal to area of triangle. So here this is phi. So this side will be phi minus u, and this side will be t. Okay, so that is half multiplied by phi minus u multiplied by t. Plus what's about this? Yeah, clear? It's just v multiplied by t. So this is v multiplied by t. Now convert it into that as solution. So from first equation of motion, v minus u is equivalent to at. So put at here. No, we have to take here. No? So this is ut. क्या हो रहा है? अभी ध्यान नहीं दे रहा मतलब. We have to calculate the area of this rectangle. So here this is u and this is t. So that u multiplied by t, and v minus u we have to put at. So that displacement, total displacement s is equal to half multiplied by at plus ut, and this is written as
UT plus
s is equal to ut plus
UT square
half at square. This is the second equation of motion, which is second equation of motion. So it's simple. So first equation of motion, we have to just calculate the slope, and to calculate slope, this is v minus u and this is t, and it is represented by a, and we will solve it for v. So v is equivalent to u plus ac. That is the first equation of motion. In the second equation of motion, we have to calculate the area in between the curves, because we have to find the relation for this displacement of the total distance. हमें total distance निकालना है, तो total distance निकालने के लिए इस कर्व को हमें area calculate करना है. So दो part में convert किया गया. One part in this triangle and second part is that rectangle और दोनों को ऐड कर दिए. So this directly we can write this is equivalent to 80 also. If you want to write, one can write this is equal to 80. So that may be more easy. So by replacing this b minus u is equal to 80. So before one step you can conclude that relation. Now the third one, there is another method to calculate the curves in between. So you have a direct formula to find the area of this curve. ट्रेपेजियम का एरिया कैलकुलेट करने के लिए कोई डायरेक्ट फार्मूला, दैट इज इक्वल टू 1/2 into the sum of this, so OD plus CA multiplied by this OC. ओके राइट. अब इसमें पुट करके देख लो, आपका नेक्स्ट वाला इक्वेशन आ जाएगा. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू पुट, दिस इज इक्वल टू s एंड दैट इज हाफ. कितना होगा? OD is u and this CA is v. Okay, and OC is equal to t time, but in the third equation there is no time term, so we have to replace this time term in terms of acceleration and that initial and final velocity. So from first equation, this t, so v minus u is equal to at, or t is equal to v minus u by a. We can put here. So this is equal to half u plus v and v minus u by a. Now we can multiply this 2a and s.
2s is equal to v square minus u.
And this is yes, a minus v, a plus v. So this implies v is square is equivalent to u is square plus 2a. So in the same diagram, you can derive all three equations. First you have to calculate slope, second you have to calculate area, but by calculating for the calculation of this area you have to calculate the area of this triangle and rectangle and make the sum of these two. And third, by using direct formula to find this area, and you have to convert all the terms in terms of velocity u, and you have to replace this t by using first equation of motion. So there is one more curve we know, that is third one is that AT. So we have the third equation, a third plot, that is AT plot, acceleration time plot, and here the area of AT curve, area in between AT curve gives the velocity. And we have also seen the same in our differential calculus method. So if we have that A is equal to dP by dt, and then this implies V it is equal to A, dP is equal to A multiplied by dt, and V is equal to integration of A dt, and this integration actually gives that area. So this is the integration, A multiplied by dt, and that limit is from t1 to t2. So in between two particular time, one can calculate this velocity by calculating the area. So if we have any plot like this, then by calculating, this is acceleration and this is time t, then the total area covered in this will give the velocity. Okay, so you have to remember, you have three plots. One, displacement in time. So displacement in time we are not talking about the area, we are just talking about the slope, and the slope of that curve gives velocity. Second, we have velocity and time plot where the slope gives the acceleration and the area in between that curves that gives the displacement. वो एक कदम आगे भी जाता है और एक कदम पीछे भी जाता है. अगर स्लोप हम कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं तो एक नेक्स्ट पैरामीटर जो हमारा डिस्प्लेसमेंट के बाद हम वेलोसिटी लिए, वेलोसिटी के बाद एक्सेलरेशन लिए, तो स्लोप जो है आगे जब जा रहे हैं तो वो एक्सेलरेशन कैलकुलेट करेगा, और अगर बाय द वे हम उसका एरिया कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो एक स्टेप पीछे जाता है. दैट इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट. वी हैव displacement and velocity and acceleration. We have three main parameters in this particular chapter. So here we calculate the slope. This will go just one step ahead. ये हमें velocity देगा. यहाँ पर अगर velocity का अगर कोई हम ये calculate कर रहे हैं and we are calculating the slope, then we will get A. लेकिन अगर हम एरिया कैलकुलेट करते हैं, दिस इफ वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग द एरिया, देन दिस वेलोसिटी टाइम, दिस vt, दिस at एंड दिस इज ht और xt. तो आगे जा रहे हैं, स्लोप आ रहा है तो एरिया आ रहे हैं, स्लोप आ रहा है तो वेलोसिटी आ रहा है, और इसका एरिया अगर निकाल रहे हैं तो ये हमारे पास दैट x दे रहा है, और इसमें अगर एरिया कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं देन दिस इज गिविंग. तो ये थोड़ा सा इसको ध्यान में रखना, याद करने के लिए थोड़ा इजी होता है. सो एनीवे, सो दिस यू विल हैव सेवरल कर्व्स एंड यू कैन गेट डिफरेंट फिजिकल पैरामीटर्स रिलेटेड टू वन डायमेंशनल मोशन. Now equation of motion for free falling body. So the equation of motion to free falling body. So here we have two cases. Case one, where a body is thrown upward. Case two, a body freely falls from a particular height. So this is that body, and a particular height, from a particular height h, it is falling with a particular velocity. So let's say that initial velocity, if it is 0, and obviously here we will consider that acceleration due to gravity z. So in place of acceleration, due to gravity will be considered. Acceleration due to gravity g will be considered. So here we will talk about that acceleration due to gravity z, and if that body is moving along a particular direction on the surface of Earth, then we take the acceleration is a, and if that body is thrown vertically upward or it is falling down from a particular height, then we have to consider this acceleration due to gravity. So the detail of this acceleration due to gravity is given in that gravitational chapter, but the value of this z, it is 9.81 meter per second square on the Earth, on the surface of Earth at a simple height, not a maximum height. So z is equivalent to 9.81 meter per second square in MKS SI unit. In CGS unit, that will be 981 centimeter per second square. So now, So a body, it is thrown upward, then this is acceleration, it is taken as equivalent to minus z. And if it is falling down from particular height, then this a is equivalent to plus z. Remember this. So the equation will be equation of motion. So general equation of motion is v is equivalent to u plus at, and s is equivalent to ut plus half at square, and this v square is equivalent to u square plus 2as. These are the equation of motion, one dimensional motion. So case 1 and case 2. So this will be v, it is equivalent to u minus zt, and here that s is equivalent to ut minus half zt square, and here that v square is equivalent to u square minus 2gs, and just we will put plus z here, then we will have this equation like this. So v is equivalent to u plus gt, and s, in place of s we should write h here, because height is taken as displacement. So h is equivalent to, so here again this is also h, so that is ut plus half gt square, and that v square is equivalent to u square minus plus 2gh. So if a body is thrown vertically with initial velocity u. So from here, one body is being thrown with initial velocity u, then obviously that a, it is equivalent to minus z. So you're working against the gravitational force. So first we can calculate a, the maximum height reached. कितना आएगा? So here at maximum height, let's say that is h maximum. Here at that particular height, that velocity v, it is equivalent to 0. So here हम यहाँ से उसको फेंकते हैं, नीचे से उसको उछाल रहे हैं with initial velocity u. So maximum height कहाँ तक ये पहुँच सकता है, we can calculate. So at the maximum height at the top, that final velocity will be 0. उसके बाद that it will come back. So that maximum height where we have to take this v is equivalent to 0. So by taking that equation, so if the time is not given, that acceleration due to gravity is given conventionally, initial velocity is given, we have to calculate height, final velocity is 0. So we have to use third equation of motion, there is no time parameter there. So from third equation of motion, v square it is equivalent to u square minus or plus 2gh at maximum height. This velocity is 0 and h is h maximum. So that is equivalent to 0, it is equivalent to u square minus 2g h maximum. And one can calculate h maximum, that's equivalent to u square by 2g. Now total time taken, that is second v, time of ascent or descent. So here we will use again which equation is being used. It depends on the parameter given and what you are trying to get. Here we have to calculate time. Nothing about this height. We have initial velocity, we have this final velocity, and the time. And the acceleration due to gravity is given conventionally. So we will use first equation of motion. So by using that V is equivalent to U minus GT. So in this T it is equivalent to U by Z, since V is equivalent to 0. So this is the time of ascending or descending. So same time it will take to come back with the same velocity. So the total time of flight we can calculate. So here this T, it is equivalent to U by Z. And same time this will take to come back. So the total time of flight it is equivalent to 2 multiplied by U by Z, that is 2U by Z. Because same time this will take to ascend, and a similar time it will take to descend or come back. So this will be 2 times. So this is total time of flight. Okay, so next we can calculate if a body is dropped, dropped from a particular height. H. So this is that body somewhere here, and this height is H, at a particular height H. Obviously that acceleration due to gravity Z will be with positive sign. So that body is dropped from a particular height. Obviously it is just dropped means U is equal to 0. So initial velocity of that body, that is 0. कोई छत में खड़ा हो गया, छत में खड़ा होकर के एक बॉल वहां से नीचे गिरा रहा है. So just dropped means that initial velocity is 0. So that initial velocity U is 0. So after crossing this height H, we can calculate this V. Time will be, we can also calculate the time, but we can calculate this V. So this the velocity of ball or that body after traveling H is, again there is no time parameter, so we will use third equation. So in the first parameter, that initial final velocity acceleration due to gravity in T is given. Second, in that displacement time and acceleration due to gravity with initial velocity is given. And the last equation, initial final velocity acceleration due to gravity and displacement height is given. No written, there is no time term. So here we are just dividing that time. There is no time term here, so we will use third equation. So by using third equation, we have that V square is equivalent to U square plus 2GH. Why plus? Because that body is dropped. So here G will be plus. So that initial velocity U is equivalent to 0. So we can calculate V, it is equivalent to root of 2GH. Yeah, we will put V is U is equal to 0, so we can solve this for V. So these are several formula used in the motion of a body under gravity due to acceleration due to gravity in spite of that acceleration on the earth. So we can use three equations of motion and we can get 3 to 4 more formula. One, that total maximum height attained, total time of flight, and also that velocity after crossing that particular height when that body is being dropped from a particular that height. So I think it's more than sufficient, and now you should try to solve some problems related to this. So the curves, different curves, and that physical significance of those curves, how one can get that acceleration, velocity, displacement by using that slope and the area in between curves, and how we can derive the different equations of motion, and that equations of motion for that body under the effect of this acceleration due to gravity, and these are the formula. So okay, thank you.